More songs that bring you joy in the next hour, of course. This is Radio 2 on the BBC Sounds app, on your smart speaker and on 88 to 91 FM.
BBC News at 11 o'clock. This is Anthony Birchley. Every country in the world has now ushered in the new year. The only place where it's still 2022 is on Baker Island, an uninhabited atoll in the Pacific Ocean. In the UK, crowds gathered last night to celebrate, with Edinburgh's famous Hogmanay party taking place for the first time in 3 years. In London, there was a dazzling firework display at midnight, to be followed at lunchtime by the New Year's Day parade. Bob Bone has been organising the event since its inception more than 30 years ago.
87 was our first year, and it was a much smaller parade then, but that made a huge difference from 86. 86 it was dead in the centre of town. 87 it started to come alive, and then I think the big transition was about 2 years later, when the great British public got to understand what we were trying to do, and they came out in their droves, and the rest is history. It's been fantastic since then.
Pope Francis will address worshippers in St. Peter's Square in the Vatican shortly, a day after the death of his predecessor, Benedict XVI. Benedict's body will lie in state at St. Peter's Basilica from tomorrow until his funeral on Thursday. Ukraine says it's shot down dozens of Iranian-made drones fired by Russia since New Year's Eve. The head of police in the Kiev region has published a photo of what he said was a fragment of one of the drones with a message written in Russian saying Happy New Year. Our correspondent Hugo Bachega is in Ukraine.
Here in Kyiv, the air raid alert sounded after midnight, and we had an update from the army saying that they shot down 32 of those drones that Russia has been using to attack this country, those Iranian-made drones. There were no casualties. There was some damage caused by fragments of drones that fell from the sky.
The North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has called for an exponential increase in his country's nuclear arsenal in response to perceived threats from the US and South Korea. Addressing his ruling Workers' Party, Mr. Kim said North Korea would focus on mass-producing tactical nuclear weapons and would develop an intercontinental ballistic missile system capable of a quick nuclear counterstrike. A man has died in an avalanche on Ben Nevis. The 48-year-old had been climbing the mountain's north face. Another man, aged 40, suffered serious injuries. Bad weather meant a rescue helicopter couldn't reach him and take him to hospital until 8 hours after the alarm was raised. The RSPCA has revealed some of its strangest animal rescues of 2022. They include a fox with its head stuck in a watering can, a 6-month-old seal pup that surfaced in Bristol, and a boa constrictor that surprised customers at a McDonald's in West Sussex. Jeff Edmond, an RSPCA inspector, recalled one of his most memorable rescues from last year.
It was a tree frog that we think had come about 4,300 miles from the Dominican Republic in a box of bananas. And, you know, lots of us are home shopping now, and if you get a home delivery, you certainly don't expect a frog to be in the banana with the bananas.
That's the BBC News at 3 minutes past 11.
Anthony, thank you very much. No, you don't expect a frog.
Songs that bring you joy with Gabby Roslin.
No frogs in my bananas, please, today. Thank you.
I woke up today with this feeling that better things are coming my way. And if the sunshine has a meaning, it's telling me not to let things get in my way. When the rainy days are dying, gotta keep on trying. All the bees and birds are flying. Never let go, gotta hold on and non-stop till the break of dawn. And keep moving, don't stop rocking. Get on up when you're down, baby. Take a good look around. I know it's not much, but it's okay. We'll keep on moving on anyway. Feels like I should be screaming, trying to get it through to my friends. Sometimes it feels that life has no meaning, but I know things will be alright in the end. When the rainy days are dying, gotta keep on trying. All the bees and birds are flying. Never let go, gotta hold on and non-stop till the break of dawn. And keep moving, don't stop rocking. Get on.